Meet Mr. Danny Angels, the heart and soul behind Royal Kingdom Estate, a visionary leader, a humanitarian, and a CEO who truly cares. With a deep passion for real estate and a mission to uplift others, he's not just selling land, he's changing lives. With transparency and integrity at the core of his work, Mr. Angels has made property ownership seamless for the diaspora, ensuring a hassle-free experience every step of the way. But his vision goes beyond just land and buildings. He's building a community, one that fosters collaboration, growth, and lasting connections between Ghana and its people abroad. As more diasporans invest in Ghana, the country experiences a surge in development, creating opportunities for both locals and foreigners alike. For Mr. Angels, this is more than business. It's a mission to empower the diaspora, help them reclaim their heritage, and contribute to Ghana's bright future. Through Royal Kingdom Estate, he's making this vision a reality, one property at a time.
It's very important for most of us that we're raised in this country, and then for those who are out of Africa who live in the West, it's important to come back home, invest, and just be part of the growth, in Ghana and the rest of Africa.
I've already been having conversation with others back home who I know are interested in one just coming to Ghana, but to really understand that this world is ours. Everything is back home. The United States is beautiful. I love it. I love to travel, but I've made up my mind that I will be coming back home at least once a year.
Exactly.
So I'm grateful and I thank you all.
Ghana and Africa overall has a lot of opportunity for diasporans.
Danny, I am so excited to have a conversation with you today.
I'm super excited too.
Yeah, I've been watching you. I've seen videos. I've seen what Royal Kingdom Estate is doing in Ghana, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. We are humbled to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, you were born and raised in Ghana. You've never left Ghana, and you've literally built an empire. You know that, right?
Well, tell me about that. I'm not so sure.
Well, I'm somebody who was born in Ghana, but I was raised in Canada, and I've come back. And I meet and interact with a lot of Ghanaians, young Ghanaians, who talk about, I want to go out, I want to go out, I want to leave. You came from there and you're here. Why did you come back to Ghana? I'd rather go there. But you're here. You didn't leave, and you've built this amazing business, and it really intrigues me. So I want to dive into your story.
Well, it's been a fascinating journey so far. And to be born in Africa, to live in Africa, and achieve greatness is not easy. The ground has always never been really fertile. But if everybody leaves the shores of Ghana or Africa, who is going to build our continent? Mm-hmm. There must be somebody, there must be some people, there must be a team of young people who should say that enough is enough. This is the most endowed continent in the entire universe. So this, indeed, what we have built here represent the true African dream, if there is anything like that. I had the opportunity several times to live outside the country, to the West specifically, but I decided to stay back because when I analyzed the exodus of Ghanaians and Africans in general, I realized that they don't seem to achieve the greatness or the dream that they have when they travel outside. So we decided that as a group, we are going to come together and build something specific, targeted at the African diaspora. When we say African diaspora, who are we referring to? We are referring to the continental Africans that have migrated to the West in search of greener pastures. Now, we're talking about also the diaspora, the African diaspora, the Caribbeans, the African Americans. We have decided that as a real estate company, we are going to make it easy for them to acquire property. Why so? Hitherto, you see a lot of Ghanaians or Africans sending money back home to their country to invest into the country, to build their country. And you see them having to cry because of why? People have decided to just not be reasonable, but to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Our story represents the re-emergence of the lives of Martin Luther King, the lives of Nelson Mandela, the lives of Mosiah Marcus Garvey. Why do I say so? Royal Kingdom Estate has decided that we are going to create a soft landing for our people when it comes to real estate, because every individual needs real estate to thrive. If we can make it easier for them to invest in real estate, then we are going to have a lot of people coming back home. So our success story largely has been anchored on this principle.
Okay. You know, hearing how much you want to do something to help the diaspora is really, really great. What I want to know is who you are, because I want to understand how you came to be somebody who even cares about the diaspora, because as we said, you didn't leave this country. Where are you from?
Can I be very honest with you? I feel that I have a mission. I have a mantle. There is a supreme purpose for my existence on earth. And let me explain that. My love affair with the diaspora started when I was a 14 to 15-year-old boy working in the craft village. There was a time I was supposed to go back to the boarding house, and I used to come to the city center to just do menial jobs to save up to go back to the boarding house. A day before of me going back to the school, I lost my school fees. I lost everything.
How?
Then there was this diaspora group that came on a mission, comprises of Caribbeans, African Americans. They used to come to the craft village. We used to play drum. They used to come and sit down. We just, entertain them.
Yeah.
And they became very close to me. And I used to go to their hotel. At the time, the hotel was like Bayview, was around Shashi. When I lost everything and I went to them, they all contributed.
Really?
And gave me more than I lost. Gave me assorted items to go back to the school. So I feel indebted to the people of the diaspora, right? And to start a brand, to know that today as we speak, 85% of my clients are diasporans. It takes me back to the point that it is divine. Now, going back to your question, I was born in the Volta region of Ghana from a very humble home.
Which town?
Vako. It's close to Pando.
Yes.
And you said your dad went to school there, right?
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. So we have produced your dad, So I tell people all the time that I am the true son of the land. Why? I didn't leave. I didn't leave not because life was rosy, but I have pushed through adversity. I have been very resilient. And by the grace of God, working hard in various industries. I used to work in hospitality. I've worked as a bartender. I've worked as a marketing representative. I've worked in sales, in hospitality. And in all these years, I was mentored by diverse group of people. I was mentored by a guy called Nicolas Matthias van Stardinen. He's a Dutch guy. And when he was leaving the country, he actually single-handedly held my hand and entrusted me in the hands of a British couple. And that's also to the youth, right, in Ghana. There are no jobs, you complain, I agree. There are lack of opportunities, I agree. But if you can be honest, be diligent, and do the basics, and be ready for opportunities, you will still find opportunities here, right? So I encourage people all the time to stay behind. Let's come together. Let's form a formidable force. Begin to do the right things. The attitude to work in our part of the continent is poor. Timekeeping. We are not serious. So for us to elevate the conversation of even being able to change the narrative, we have to begin to do the basics, the very basics. So yeah.
But what made you choose real estate? Because there's other ways you could connect with the diaspora, because I meet young people who've become tour guides. So they're sharing the experience with the diaspora through storytelling, through showing them different places. What made you choose real estate specifically? Because it's an industry that some people would say is capital intensive to even get started, because how do you even start to build a property if you come from humble beginnings?
First of all, I disagree that it's capital intensive to start a real estate business. In fact, real estate is the most easiest business you can start, even as of today. What must you do? You must be a very good salesperson. Ivy has a development called Ivy Villa. By the way, I'm prophesying for you. Ivy Villa. Danny, a poor boy from the village, come to Ivy. Ivy, I'm a good salesperson. I can speak to people to buy. I called a couple of friends. They purchase it. You begin to make commission. Make commission with time. That commission will serve as a source of capital.
Okay.
But if you are not honest, you can't build that continuous relationship. If you are not diligent, if you are not disciplined, and you take that money and just squander it on lavish lifestyle, you are not going to do it. Now, let me go back to the point why I said that. I feel that I am on a mission and ordained by God. Just back to your question, why real estate? Real estate actually chose me. I didn't choose real estate. So I always say that real estate is a calling. As far as I'm concerned, it's a calling. I was just going to buy a piece of land from somebody who owns acres of land, and he's not been able to sell for a while. And he said, Danny, I want you to help me to sell this land. Again, the power of relationship, trust. Once people can trust you, they will leave or give you opportunities. So he gave me opportunities, and within a few months, I sold the entire 5 acres.
Wow.
And then he was like, wow, really? I sold that off. And then I started working with him. At one point in time, we have to go our separate ways. So I began writing proposals to industries, to the banks, to the hotels, to have them enroll on payment plan of 2 years for their staff, the breweries and all that. And I got quite a lot of people enroll on that. And from all those profits, I began to what? Establish my brand. Now, when I established my brand, because I used to work in hospitality, at that time, I used to hear a lot of horror stories. People come to the hotel. Sometimes they go out of the hotel and they come back and they are crying. They come to you at the bar or the restaurant and they're like, somebody has defrauded me. I was going to buy land. They've defrauded me. Ghanaians who come there, they lodge in the hotel. You ask them, why are you lodging in the hotel and not going back to the family? I said, no, we're building our home. We send money to build our home, and family members have squandered the money. And once I started a fully fledged real estate company, I want to right the wrongs. I didn't even start by targeting the diaspora, but the impact, the word started spreading around. There is a guy here. There is a company here. People used to call me and say, Danny, we wish we had people like you all this while. We would have owned so much real estate in Ghana. But I always tell them that this is the time. Now, why did I target the diaspora? I didn't target the diaspora. What happened was that a lot of diasporans are ready to do business in this country.
Yeah.
What the continental African need to know is we have a mandate. We have the opportunity to make it easier for them. What must we do? We must help them to bring them back to the country. How do you help them bring them back to the continent if you cannot work with them? It is through no fault of theirs that their grandparents were taken outside the country. Some people were sold. Some people were forcefully enslaved. So it is our duty to be able to make it easier for them. I am from the Volta region. I can go back to my village.
Yeah.
I know my village. An African-American guy, if you ask them where is their village, they don't have a village. Are they accepted in the West? No. They are like orphans. So we owe a civic duty to make sure that whatever we must do within our capacity to help them to land here softly should be our priority.
What are some of the ways that you've been able to reach out to them, like slowly? Because I know now you have a lot of people who know about you, people who reach out.
Yeah.
What were you doing in the beginning stages that got people to be like, yes, this is the guy that I should come to?
What people don't understand is that the word of mouth is a very powerful tool. Once you do the right thing, the message is going to spread across. Even going back to that question, people like yourself have played a major role in spreading the news. I have been watching you since 2021. The reason why I think it's time for me to appear on your channel is, at the time I told myself, you need to build capacity. That is a huge platform. That is a credible platform. Make an impact. And when you make that impact, you come now and shine the light on all that impact. So going back to the question, we were just doing the basics. I said basics, doing the right things, being credible. You take somebody's one CD, you make sure you give them what belongs to them. You make sure your word should be your bond. And the diaspora are easy to work with. They're not that difficult. All they want is people who are honest, people who are straightforward. They're not difficult. We also as Africans must make it easier for them. By what? Saying the truth. Once you're honest and you're principled, they'll work with you. And that's what we have done. And slowly, we have been able to build our brand to this level. And 80% of our clientele base are in the diaspora, North America, Europe, UK. So it's been an exciting journey so far, and we know this is just the beginning.
Did you ever imagine that you would be here when you were that young boy in the Volta region?
So again, because I have always felt right from my childhood that there was always something special in my head that I was going to do great. How I was going to do great, I didn't know, because the opportunities were quite scanty, but I believed. I've always been confident. I've always believed that I have something special to offer this world. And to answer your question, I've always known. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I've always known.
I always hear people who are successful say things like this, that they always knew inside of them that they had some level of greatness that they were going to achieve. What do you think it is that we can tell the next generation of Ghanaians and Africans in general about how they can look within to find that within them? Because there's so many people who think it's hopeless, but you're proof that it's not hopeless.
So I represent this hope. My story from nothing, I have never attended a private school ever in my life.
And in Ghana, people look at going to private school as the only way to success.
They call it Saito. Say Saito.
Saito.
So I've never, in fact, even when I was in the secondary school in the boarding house, for the entire 3 years, nobody brought me what we call provisions, like food stuff and all that. I have to work hard. During vacations, I have to come to Accra, work hard and do that. So if it's possible, with the right attitude, with the right mindset, and success is a process. It takes a process. So once you have the right principles, the right work ethics, the discipline, just go through the motion. Patiently, you will get there. So I'll tell them that they should look at stories like mine and have the right attitude, the right mindset, be diligent at your work. Whatever your hand finds to do it well. I had a principle that if you give me a table to clean, I should be able to clean it so well that nobody can ever clean it like me. So everywhere I find myself, when I was working for people, I wasn't looking at money. I was looking at knowledge. How do I better myself? So that in future, when I want to go into entrepreneurship, I should be able to do great for myself. So they should also take apprenticeship seriously. They should also make sure that they serve diligently. So if I'm your apprentice, I need to serve you. I don't need to look at the money. You're building capacity. So that is my humble advice to the youth.
I like that you said that, because a lot of times our young people don't realize that the experience and relationships are the way that you build and grow. Because people right away are always like the money, and they'll think long-term vision. So I like that you said that.
You know, it's good that you touch on the relationship bit. For us, even in Royal Kingdom Estate, us is about impact. And to build that reputation of making huge impact, you must build relationship. I always say that money is the byproduct of good relationship. If you think about relationship, your customer service will be great. If you think about relationship, you will do everything right. You will not overcharge people. You will not dupe people. You know why? You want to preserve the relationship. So that should be a guiding principle for all of us down here, to know that we want to build solid relationship, and then in the long term, enjoy from that relationship.
So I'm really fascinated by the fact that you are so passionate about getting the diaspora to find homes, find land that is legitimate, because that's one of the challenges that people have. So my work that I've been doing over the last few years with connecting the diaspora to Ghana and to Africa overall, one of the things that sometimes the diaspora will say is they feel like something might be a money grab. They feel like, oh, the Africans just want us for our money. Oh, they just want us for our money. Oh, I got cheated by this person. Oh, these people just want this. Even people have said it about the Year of Return campaign and beyond the return campaign. There have been diaspora who've said they don't feel like Africans genuinely want them. They just want our money. And I see it in my comment section sometimes too. What are your thoughts on that? And how can we assure them that that's not the truth, that we genuinely want the diaspora to be coming home to the continent because it's a home, it's a lineage, it's their ancestry?
This is a rallying call to the diaspora. To have total freedom, you must own a piece of the motherland. The Chinese, the Lebanese, the Indians are heavily dominating our economy. How can we overtake them if we are not economically empowered? To be economically empowered, we must begin to own a piece of the motherland. So we can't continue like this, to continue to lament, to continue to cry. The Chinese, the Indians, like I said, are doing it. Imagine having 50 successful Black people in the West, heavily investing in diverse industries, employing our people, bringing down the diaspora, working together. It is only in unity, it is only in a unified front we can win this battle. So this, for us in Royal Kingdom Estate, we are using real estate as a vehicle to what? Change that narrative, that it is possible. And off camera, you saw a native of Florida sold a house, came to Royal Kingdom Estate, acquired property, a land, and we are building for that client. The story, the successful stories is becoming enormous. And people like yourself have been telling a lot of these stories. So the narrative is changing. Look, if you do not partake now, the table is wide open. There's so much food on it now, but very soon, sooner rather than later, we will not have any opportunity available. So I understand that, yes, they may have a bit of prejudice because of what has happened, but let the bygones be the bygones. Let the sleeping dog lie straight. There's a renewed energy. There's a renewed effort. There is a re-emergence of the likes of Kwame Nkrumah. That call was theoretical then. Now,
it's happening.
It's happening. This is the first time I have read and seen, as young as I am, to see diaspora trooping onto the motherland, not just for tourism, owning properties. People are invested, they are getting returns. Guys, this is the time. Let's not fight each other. This day presents a perfect opportunity for the continental Africans to begin to work with the diaspora. Let's all come together as a unified front to change the narrative, to begin to work together, live together, play together, and change the narrative.
My name is Ama Kwanzaa, and I currently live in the United States of America. I got to know Royal Kingdom Estate through a family member who referred me. I was looking to purchase a plot of land, and they referred me to Royal Kingdom Estate. And I met the CEO, Danny Angels. Services is excellent. Everyone, the organization itself has been very organized. The staff has been very friendly and very helpful. And the CEO is very, very knowledgeable, very experienced, and he's been wonderful with the whole process. So that has made me very comfortable with purchasing the plot of land. I'm relieved because I know that trying to buy, a plot of land in a different country, sometimes the process can be very difficult. But I can say that with Royal Kingdom Estate, it's been an easy process, very smooth, and I'm very thankful and grateful that I have my land title and the registration has been completed. Yeah, I think it's very important for most of us that we're raised in this country, and then for those who are out of Africa who live in the West, it's important to come back home, invest, and just be part of the growth, in Ghana and the rest of Africa. I think it's important to come back home. I always tell them that, especially the Black Americans, I always tell them that come back home. This is your home. This is your roots. Come and invest. Buy a plot of land, buy a house, come and visit and get that wonderful experience, Yes. So this is my land title. And if I was able to achieve this wonderful thing, you can also do it. And you can trust Royal Kingdom Estate.
And you're doing it. You're doing it. How are you working towards integrating? Because sometimes some of the diaspora talk about, oh, we don't want to go somewhere where it feels like it's only us in this place because we didn't move here for it to just be us in one area. How are you integrating them into different communities?
So this is exactly there's nothing wrong people building just a diaspora city, but we don't believe in that. We believe in coming together. So we have a project called Black Star Village. What is Black Star Village? Black Star Village seeks to connect the diaspora with the locals, live together, begin to eat healthy food, begin to grow your own food. We call it holistic living. So we are promoting that. And this is what we do. Every development that we have, we make sure that we empower the local economy. We have something called a farmers market, which we are going policy, which we are going to implement. We want the locals to live around, grow the food, bring it to the farmers market, work within the community, connect with the diaspora, and we do exchange programs. We have like educational facilities within the development to do exchange program. Look, one of the biggest problems that we have, why the diaspora and the continental Africans seems to have a prejudice against each other, is because of education, lack of proper education. We were scattered across. The best of our talent were taken up outside the continent. So now it is time that we begin to connect and get proper education to understand that the diaspora is not against the continental African. The continental African is not against the diaspora. And let me tell you what, because we have been indoctrinated so much. When I was growing up, when I see an African American, I see them as white.
Yeah, you know what? There's something that a lot of diaspora talk about is, why are they calling me Obroni? Why are they calling me Obroni? I've been called Obroni as well. And I'm like, what? I look around, I'm like, is this Obroni? Like, look at my skin. Am I Obroni? So tell us about that.
So for us, we are big on that. That's why we are trying to we have a YouTube channel and we are doing what is called the Motherland series. The Motherland experience is supposed to tell the story of how we're supposed to work together. So when we bring people down, by the way, we run real estate tour for our clients as well. People just look from America, from Europe to come, and then we take them around for real estate tour. We try always to connect them to the local communities where they can come together and work, so that we begin to demystify the miseducation that happened in the past. I think that narrative is changing. We now I don't see you like a Bernie, you're like me.
So you really looked at when you saw them, the African Americans, you'd be like, that's like a white person.
Yeah, because they speak like, and they don't have the local names. If you are Kwame and somebody is called Darren, somebody called Kevin Bryant, you understand what I'm saying? And the white man also bears the same name. So you assume. So that miseducation in the past has affected our psyche. But today, the narrative is changing and it's changing really fast. So let's all come together and begin to understand that what has happened in the past is in the past, and the present present a perfect opportunity for us to right the wrongs of the past and take the continent. Let's take over the continent and empower our people economically. It's very important for us to win this war. We must what? Empower our people economically. And real estate presents the perfect opportunity for all of us. Everybody needs a home. Everybody needs a real estate infrastructure. If you have to build a school, it's a real estate infrastructure. If you want to build, let's say, a business, You cannot do that without a real estate infrastructure. That is why we see real estate as one of the most powerful vehicles or instruments to pursue this agenda. And so far, it's been glorious. So far, it's been successful. We've had a lot to deal with a lot of issues behind the scene just to make sure that this story is written and written very well.
What are some of the challenges that you faced?
So in real estate in Ghana, this is the best kept secret that land acquisition is your biggest headache.
It's not a secret. Everybody knows there's land problems. Like I
Have you
meet
tried
people.
acquiring land before?
Yes, I do have. Yes,
Okay,
yes. But I also have family members who have gone and bought land, and then find out that land has been resold 2, 3, even 4 times to different people.
Yeah.
And I know that the court system, I believe it's 80% of the court cases in Ghana are land disputes. My uncle took me to a court case. He was like, "Oh, my daughter, come with me and come and see how court is in Ghana."
Exactly.
And it was literally everything.
About land.
Yeah.
Let me give you a data that will surprise you. From 2021 to 2025, as of today that we're speaking, Royal Kingdom Estate have sold close to about 600 acres of land, and not even a single has ended up in court. Why? We make sure that our due diligence is top notch. We make sure that we are not greedy. We make sure we operate with a lot of the principles of integrity and accountability. Let me explain. One of the reasons, there are diverse ways you can run into litigation. One is Ivy selling 2 plots. He takes me to the side and I go and demarcate 3 plots. When the owner guest discovers that you have gone for 3 plots, litigation. Number 2, what we do here is to make sure that we have a solid due diligence process. We have a team comprising of lawyers, real estate experts, families, stool heads, chiefs, and we have literally revolutionized the whole land administration system. Why am I saying that? Since 2021, you've sold 600 acres.
That's a lot.
85% to the diaspora, 15% to our people down here. We have everything, something for all segments of the market, whether the lowest income earner, the middle income earner, the prime real estate. So we humbly are changing the narrative, and that is the basis for our impact, hence our success.
That's amazing, because there's so many diaspora who have stories about being duped when it comes to land, and then feeling jaded and feeling like, I don't want to do anything in Ghana again. They pack their bags and they leave and go back because they've had this terrible experience.
What I'm going to do today is to get some of the diaspora to speak on this series.
Okay.
Those who have successfully purchased land. As we speak, we've just brought in a client from the US. Today is the first time he's visiting Africa. And he's a real estate agent, real estate broker of over 25 years experience in real estate. He's sat down because he has heard the story
About Ghana.
and he's coming to invest.
That's good.
So the story is changing, and we are happy that not only us, other companies are beginning to right the wrongs, and it's been seamless so far in the last couple of years. And I mean, when there's a problem, which is not even a problem, it's a challenge. That's where greatness emerge. That is where you find solution. So brand like us, and even the diaspora, now things are being structured. Come in now, take center stage, play a role in the development of our continent. We as real estate agents, like Royal Kingdom Estate, real estate brand like us, we see us as an agent of development. Let me tell you why. We have thousands of acres across the country, and we have strategic development planning around these places. We intend to build infrastructure on all these 1,000+ acres. What do you think that is doing? If we have 50 diasporas doing the same thing, are we not going to be building infrastructure?
Yeah.
I have never seen a country that has been successful or developed without architecture. Architecture always plays a major role in the development of a country or a city. And if you look around the globe, all the top cities that you mentioned, there's top-notch architecture.
Yeah.
And that is why real estate is so powerful. It is also a way of preserving wealth. It is also a way of wealth preservation. If we build an edifice today and leave it for the next generation. And the next generation leaves something for the next generation. Building the future. And that narrative will change. So let's all come together.
We have to. We have to. You're really doing a lot.
Thank you.
What are some of the areas that you recommend people look at when they're thinking about purchasing in Ghana?
This brings a perfect opportunity for us to talk about our portfolio and what we are doing. Royal Kingdom Estate is a one-stop shop. What is one-stop shop? We are operating in all segments of the market. In-house, we do what is called land retailing. We sell land because we also understand that not everybody wants to come and buy into a developer's vision.
Yeah.
Some people have their own design concept. They want to buy land. We have something for them. Some people want to buy already built properties. And Royal Kingdom Estate is working on something beautiful. We'll announce it on your channel to help the diaspora purchase homes and spread it for a longer payment plan. Because you know, you guys, you love mortgage, you love your payment plan, you love 10, 15, 20 years payment plan. And we are working on something. We will announce it on Ivy's channel. So we have something for almost everybody. When it comes to the prime area, what we have done in our earlier stage of operation is to acquire a lot of land, because we realize that that is where the challenge is. So we acquire land in the prime areas, so at the city center, and we are coming up with Airbnb or already built investment properties, high rise.
Okay.
We have a project called The Future. The Future is about 80 units, 10 floors, mixed-use development, 10 minutes from the airport. We have something in Osu, a project that is very, very dear to our heart called the African Renaissance.
The African Renaissance.
And that architecture is going to be a bold statement in the city center. And this is going to tell the story or represent Pan-Africanism. So the shape is going to be the African map shape. The facade of the building, when you see it, it's in the form of African map.
Okay.
And it overlooks the ocean. There is an emotional aspect of this project because it's close to where Kwame Nkrumah declared the independence. 5 minutes from there.
You have a project happening close to there. Is it near the Marine Drive area that they're planning?
Just the 5 minutes from there.
Okay.
And it's close to the James Fort Castle. It's close to the Parliament House. It's close to all the places that the major event led to the independence of Ghana. So it seeks to pay homage to Pan-Africanism and be able to also show that architecture doesn't mean that you should copy the West. We can create our architecture telling our own stories. And we have major projects coming up. So yes, your audience or your viewers should link up with us. There are major things coming up. This is the most exciting period of our life. You know why? You know why? Social media has connected us.
It has. It really has, because, you know, I mean, I'm the one that did the social media for Year of Return and Beyond the Return. So I know what you mean when you say that, because the diaspora is hungry for information of what's happening here on the continent. And when we're sharing it with them, they're really responding. They really are responding.
Social media has connected us. And for me, this is the best dispensation for us to get it right as people of African descent. Because you can just go online today and you find somebody to get information from. And like I said, people like yourself are throwing the light, shining the light, and hitherto we never had the opportunity to tell our own stories.
Yeah.
People say Africans live on trees, they live like monkeys. I don't look like monkey. I'm living well in Africa.
Yeah, you're living very well.
Come and live with me, guys.
Yeah.
Come and enjoy with me.
It's true.
I don't want to enjoy alone.
it's true. People don't realize that even today, even with social media, some people are still not getting it. You know, I even had somebody who was surprised that people are wearing jeans in Ghana. They were like, "Oh, people wear jeans there."
Let me say something. There are people in Ghana that are 10 times wealthier than people in the West.
Very true.
In fact, there are more luxurious cars in Ghana than in Europe.
I was just going to say
when
that.
When I went to Europe, I didn't see any of the cars.
I was just going to say that.
Or just in basic.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't see a Maybach car until I moved to Ghana and saw someone driving at Jinganor Road. I was like, a Maybach? Those are like, what, 300,000 or something for one of those?
Yeah.
It's wild.
And people are living in $3 million houses here. and all that. Yeah, but we believe that it is possible to make it here. And we represent the true African dream, and we've been able to build wealth on the continent without leaving the shores of the continent.
And that is so
And we can go
important
to the West now today and just live anywhere, enjoy the largesse of life, but to also tell the story that it is possible down here. And look, Africa presents so much opportunity that I think the diaspora should tap into, because other races have tapped into it. They are making millions of dollars. They are repatriating into their countries every first quarter of the year. Why can our people come back home? I love the diaspora because they see this place as home. They are not going to repatriate their money to any country. They see this place as home. In fact, they call it the motherland.
Yeah.
So guys, come back to the motherland. Let's build the motherland together. Continental Africans, make life easy for the diaspora, for them to also connect with us. Together, we can make the change. And it starts now.
What would you say to our local community as to how they can really forge relationships and connect with the diaspora? Because that's one of the disconnects sometimes too. We do have people locally who say they feel like the diaspora are here and they're here, that they can't really come together. They feel like, oh, I don't really know them, I don't understand them. Oh, maybe they think they have more money than them, so they feel like they can't really be around them. What can we say to encourage people to come
That's why I
together?
spoke about education. So what we have planned to do is that every community that we are developing a project, we would use the chiefs, the family head, and come together and offer education, tell the history, the story. Because some of these people are from those villages. They are descendants from those villages. To connect with them, to be able to offer a lot of education, like symposiums and all that in those communities. We will start on our own, but we urge the government to, the civic education, to throw more light on some of these things, to make it, even we can embed this in the educational curriculum, to tell the story of how these people were forcefully taken and sold. Some were sold against their will. So when they are coming back, they are like us, and we even owe them something. What is that? To make life easier for them, make it seamless for them to integrate them into the society. So it's more of education, and I will urge people like yourself to also do that on your, because you have a voice. Your voice is all over the world. So tell this story, educate people, and let's be able to bring our people together. It's very, very important that we need to unite. A house that is divided can never conquer the other territory. And it is only in unity that we can achieve that.
My name is Horace Sewell, and I'm a broker at Moreland Realty. I purchased my first property here in Ghana with Royal Kingdom Estate in 2024. I heard about Royal Kingdom on social media, actually on YouTube. And I just felt that it was a good vibration from that video. I heard Danny Angel represent the company and what he offered, and the whole process sounded good to me. So I was looking to purchase land in Africa. As I looked around in several different places, but when I got here, I just felt a lot more comfortable. Well, I think it's very important. Ghana and Africa overall has a lot of opportunity for diasporans. And I think that it's more and more relevant for us to come back and just to get in touch with our roots, with our ancestors, and to develop relationships with our brothers and sisters here. You know, and I'm very, very happy that Royal Kingdom is taking those necessary steps. And I had a conversation with the CEO earlier today about some of the things that they're trying to implement to make it easier for diasporans to come in. So yes, it's very important for them to take that step. As we take a step towards coming back, I'm happy to know that we have people here who are willing to take that step towards us. It's very, very important to find professional and honest people to deal with.
It's very true, very true. These projects that you mentioned, can people buy into them yet, or is it still in development phases right now?
No, people can buy into them. We have Great City, which is selling very fast. We believe that affordable housing is not only about just going to put homes. What you call affordable is not affordable to another person. So we believe that we will make land acquisition very seamless. With as little as $6,000, $5,000, you're able to buy a piece of land. With as little as $10,000, you're able to buy land from us. We'll give you time to develop it. If you want us to develop it for you, we have an architectural and a design process. Guess what? About 20% of our clients have built homes with us without even seeing their property, because we are in a digital space. And what we have done is to have Zoom meetings with the client face to face. And when we go to the site, every day we send them free building update. And then when we close, we send them update. We have a WhatsApp platform to update you on each process that is going on. And it's been seamless so far. And the trust we have built within the ecosystem is why we are doing well. And I encourage other real estate companies to take a cue. Let's all come together. One person cannot do it. One company cannot do it. Let's all come together and try our best to make it easy for our people.
So I want to see some of these properties that you are talking about. I hope I get a chance to see some of them.
Yes, please. From here, we're going to go there for you to have a look.
Okay. Is there anything that we should know, whether you're Ghanaian, continental African, diaspora, that we should know, like questions we should be asking of a person like yourself when we're looking to invest in a property? Because sometimes people don't ask anything. They just get excited, put their money down, and then they get disappointed. What are some of the things we should be asking?
When you are sick, who do you go to?
The doctor.
So speak to the expert. Let's seek expert advice. If you want to go into real estate, speak to the real estate expert. Get lawyers to assist you. Let's speak to the right people. Don't get overly excited and come here and don't know what to do and go back. Africa or Ghana will surprise you, right? Don't also come, and it's important for me to also say this, don't also come and think that you possess all the superior wisdom this world has to offer. Be reasonable and be diligent and connect with the right people down here. And people like yourself will be able to assist them to show them who is credible, who is not credible. So once you speak to the expert, they'll be able to guide you and take you through the right process for you not to be shocked or surprised.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you closed a deal with someone from the diaspora and how they felt?
The first diaspora I closed a deal was a Ghanaian diaspora. This person has left the shores of Ghana for over 30 years. He said he was never going to come back.
Never.
Because, yes, he said he was never going to come back because his family, his own father duped him. His own blood father. And guess what? His father also used to live in America before coming down.
That's
he gave him
terrible.
money to build for him. And he didn't even buy the land. He took picture of somebody's building and sent to him. And when he came down and he saw it,
Oh my,
he gave up.
his own father.
So guess what? Do you know how we're able to even sell our property to that person? I said, I'm not going to take you any money. Go and start building. Build for 3 months. He built for 3 months, no issue. He called me and said, this is unbelievable. I've not seen anything like this in Ghana. He said, Danny, are you in the same Ghana that we left? I said, build. And yeah, in fact, he paid, and when he was coming down, he brought me a lot of gifts. And for me, that impact. And then the word began spreading around the Ghanaian community in Maryland, in Virginia, in DC, in Texas. So referral system has been very powerful to us. And what we also do is that we open up opportunities for all our people to work together. So we convert our clients to brokers. So we have over 200 plus,
Wow.
like a compounding kind of system where they all enjoy from us. And it's important that we need to share with our people. You know, if we want to be successful, you must be willing to share a piece of the pie. You can't eat alone. They say if you eat alone, you work alone, right? So it's important for us to also open up for others to enjoy from our endeavors as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you've gone from, the humble beginning to now having, you do real estate tours with Diaspora.
Exactly.
I've seen, I think I saw a video where there was, a whole group of people who've gone to see some of the land that's available.
Yeah.
What are some of the responses that really resonate with you when they come and they're like, wow, like.
So this is what makes me happy or surprises me. Most of our property, we sell it off plan. They buy it without seeing it. I'll be in the office or at home, somebody call me, maybe a Jamaican. Yo, Danny, Mr. Milan. Yo, be happy. They call you and they're so excited. Some of them become emotional. They touch the ground and they begin to cry, tears of joy. They see their names on the pillars, they see their fence wall, and they are excited. Once people are buying off plan and they come down and they're happy, it means we are seeing right. It means that we are listening to the voice of God, we are choosing the right properties, and our properties sell really fast. And our impact has been 360. That we have a client in Hong Kong.
You have a client in Hong Kong?
In Hong Kong.
A diaspora
Southeast
who's
Asia.
living in...
Yes. So our impact has been expansive. And for me, that makes me happy. That makes me happy because it is not only about money. Chase impact. And in the long term, money will follow you. Don't chase money, chase impact. And in making a solid impact, you need to form good relationship with anybody. It could be your workers, it could be a client, everybody within the value chain. And your workers play a major role. Take care of them, guide them, train them, and help them to grow with the brand. And that's what we have done here.
You have. Your team was really good. Like
Thank
when I
you.
came, so I got here early and everybody was so friendly.
The famous I Be Prosper is coming today. You dare not disgrace me or embarrass me.
They were great. They were great. And when I walked in, it was like, wow, this place is like, it's just a really great presentation.
Let me dare say that
Really
one
great
of the
presentation.
biggest problem in this country is customer service. And me having worked in hospitality, I want to change that. So we are big on customer service. We go even above board. I call our clients over-pampered clients. We do so much for them. We make sure we exceed their expectation. We don't meet their expectation, we exceed their expectation.
That's
and that's
good.
one of the reasons, because it is not all about just, this is property, it's nice, take. The relationship goes on. Beyond that, if you are coming to the country and you are coming to buy a property from us, we'll help you. We'll take you to the various stakeholders, all the resource people that you need to meet. We'll bring them, assemble them in our office, you meet them if you have to go there. At times, I even go to the airport myself, drive to bring clients without charging them anything. Just, it's servant leadership. You must be part of the process and be able to change the narrative, because if you don't go down to people's level, you're not able to affect them, you're not able to impact them. So we're happy that this is happening in our generation. We don't see it as anything great. We see it as a basic thing to do, just to do the right thing. And it's been wonderful so far. Yeah.
And I do agree with you about customer service. It is a big challenge in Ghana. And I don't know why it hasn't changed, because a lot of times, you've obviously done well here.
Thank you.
But there's so many places where I've spoken to people who are owners of businesses, and they talk about they've trained their people, but they'll do well for a week and then they fall back into their old habits. What did you do differently?
There are 3 key things in getting the best out of your staff. Recruit the right people, not just competence. Look at their heart. Are they teachable? Do they have the spirit of teachability? That is 1. 2, don't just recruit them and expect them to do well. Take care of them, pay them well. Labor is too cheap in this country.
It's very cheap, because minimum wage is 20 cities a
Labor
day.
is too cheap. You are paying somebody 800 cities, 500 cities a month.
And some of them are even 400.
How can they survive?
That's
You
like
go
the
to the bar.
transportation.
You go to the bar and buy a bottle of champagne and pay twice that amount just for the drink. You truly pay that as a wage. And you expect the person to do wrong. So we believe that remuneration should be very good. And then the third one, which is key, train. If you do all these 3 and the person still doesn't get it, you give them time. If they are not good enough, eventually you kiss them bye-bye. You tell them, sorry, what you are doing here is something great. We want to dominate. We want to build a global brand. Global standard is what we are pursuing. So we're sorry. So that is a trick.
That's good. I think that there's no consequences in a lot of places. So people just take advantage and then keep doing poor work. So the fact that you let them know and then they're relieved of their duties, that's a learning lesson
And
also.
remuneration is good, so that's an incentive. That's a reason for you to do well.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a reason for you to know that, wow, I can't get this wage
Somewhere else.
I can't get it there. So this is the place to be.
Yeah.
And it's like a family. For us, work is like a family. We make sure everybody's happy. Even myself as a CEO, I don't have to walk in. Everybody's flying around. Let's, work with them. Have you heard of boss UK now? So boss people can boss. Everybody's flying. Boss is in. No.
Yeah, then everybody's like scared. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. That's good. What is something that you envision that you want to build? Because when you talked about architecture, I think about the legacy of some, buildings that you see that have been in certain cities around the world, and people associate a certain building with a certain city. Like right now in Accra, I feel like people associate those 3 Villaggio buildings as like, this is Accra. Because you see those pictures of those green, yellow, and red buildings in so many people's photos. What kind of architectural
legacy?
That you want to leave? Like, what is it that we can look and be like, oh, that's Royal Kingdom Estates. Oh yeah, that's Royal Kingdom Estates. Is there something that you are working towards?
I want to walk into the bush where nobody sees a vision, nobody sees anything. Turn that place into a city, a holistic living, where people are living in contemporary architecture, but they are enjoying nature. We want to create what we call farmyard, where if you buy a home from us, we'll give you a plot of land. We'll give you allotment at the back of your house for green farming, and then give you another land where you can grow your food, eat from your farm. That is the original concept of Pan-Africanism. That is how we used to live. Because like I said earlier, I grew up in the village and we never fall sick. Life expectancy was quite high. We were living very healthy. So for me and Royal Kingdom Estate, what we want to do is to build cities across the country. Go outside the capital city. The capital city is choked, it's congested. We want to live closer to nature. So even though we operate in all segments of the market, that is where my passion is. To build a city and people come and say, yes, this is Royal Kingdom Estate. Have a beautiful contemporary architecture, but still make sure that we are living like Africans. It's very, very important so that we can live, eat the right foods, not eat the GMOs and all that. It's very important. That's why our people are coming back here, because they want to come, get close to nature, enjoy life, live with the locals, connect with nature. There's nothing like connecting with nature. So that should be our legacy. That is what we are working towards. And sooner rather than later, this vision will come to life and everybody will see it.
You talk about connecting with nature. One of the things I noticed in Accra, though, is a lot of our trees are cut. They're gone. Like, I think about, let's say, East Legon. I used to live in East Legon, and I remember there was the whole boundary road. There were so many trees. Now, like, those trees are all gone.
That's gentrification, and we don't want to do that. That's why we are taking our vision to the developing areas. We want a bare land so that we can implement our architectural vision, where you go there and you're like, yes, this is it. This is African architecture. You are living in a contemporary room, but you are feeling like an African. You are feeling like a warrior. You are feeling like a king. Hence, we say Royal Kingdom Estate. What is Royal Kingdom Estate without our clients living like kings and queens? What is Royal Kingdom Estate without our people living like true Africans? So that is our vision. That is our vision.
Okay, so that's how you came up with the name Royal Kingdom Estates?
Well,
or are you a chief somewhere? We don't know. Are you a chief somewhere?
In fact, in Africa,
should we be sitting on a stool somewhere? Where are the dancers? Are the dancers coming?
It's quite fascinating. One of the reasons why, I think the main reason why we chose that name is because a lot of people have struggled and have suffered and have lost money. We are saying that in Africa, we know that once you go to the chief's palace, even if there's famine, even if there's anything bad happening within the community, once you go to the palace, that is where you take solace. That is where you get your joy and happiness. So we are saying that in real estate in Ghana, we are the royal kingdom.
Okay.
Come to us. Let's wipe away your tears of the past. Come to us and let us help you to acquire real estate seamless. Come to us and don't lose your money. Come to us and be part of the royal kingdom when it comes to real estate. And Royal Kingdom Estate is the number one go-to real estate in Ghana. If you want to have absolute peace, seamless process, it's like a family.
What is the first step that somebody needs to take if they want to purchase through you?
Well, first of all, they need to shoot us an email or a message or whatever. We have a solid team. We have a structure. We have the marketing and innovation, and we have sales and business strategy, and we have administration. It's like a triangle. And at the back, we have the architectural team. So you come through the admin team, the admin will listen to you quickly, take the lead to sales, and sales will begin to work with you. We have a team of lawyers there. We have real estate experts there who help you. Even if you want, we'll give you enough time to do your due diligence. We don't rush you, because land or real estate is not like tomatoes or egg that you just go and buy in the market. We're very patient with you. We work with you until once you are convinced, then you can come back to us and sign your contract and just go ahead. Our document only takes 5 working days. We are the only company in Ghana that gives you your indenture in 5 working days.
5?
5 working days.
I know people who sometimes wait months.
5
I know people who
days.
wait months.
5 working days. 5 working days.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Some people ask me, and I get this in my comments, I've gotten this in my emails. Some people ask why real estate is being charged in dollars in Ghana.
Well, currently we charge mostly in cedis, but there's a reason why people charge in dollar is to peg it against the dollar, which means inflation is very high in Ghana, like it changes really fast. You can't be changing your price every day. So once they peg it to the dollar, and you know, dollar is the transactional currency of the world. USD is a transactional currency globally. So they just peg it so that they don't keep changing the price. Because a property that you are selling, let's say 200,000 cedis today, by 6 months, 8 months, when the local currency depreciates, it affects your purchasing power. So people just prefer to just peg it against the dollar. And but it's all about the return on investment. Guess what? Our Airbnb, the return on investment is in double digits, 18, 19, 20%. In terms of land, our return on investment per annum is 80%. 80%, which means that if you acquire land today, $5,000, next year it will be $10,000. It will keep appreciating with time. So guys, you have to look at the ROI. The return on investment is quite high. That is why you need to invest. For me, that's, as a business person, I'm looking at that. I'm not looking at how much are they charging. Even though I agree that some of the properties are overpriced, you still have to look at the return on investment. And people should embrace fractional ownership. Ivy should come together with Danny, contribute, and buy a property and get use as investment, enjoy the profit and share it. Our people also don't tend to work together.
Yeah, you're right.
It's very important.
You're
fractional
right.
ownership.
That's true. That's true. Because I mean, I grew up in an area that was mostly white people.
Yeah.
And I did hear stories about friends coming together to purchase a property or purchase an apartment, which they call condominiums over there.
Yeah.
And then they divide their money and make their profits, and then they make enough that they can go buy another one and another one. So working together is something that we don't often do.
There's power in numbers. So if a property is $200,000 and we are 4, 50, you're good. But if you're alone, you have to cough up $200,000. So it's important that we need to work together and come together and invest. Sometimes you are not in the country, you can just invest. What I tell people of the diaspora is just invest, even if you don't want to live there now. The return on investment is good. Find credible people and invest into and begin to enjoy the dividend with time.
This is also interesting. Like my mind is still stuck on your saying 5 days to get
5 working days.
document.
5 working days. We are
That
the
is so
only
fast.
company in Ghana
You
that
blow my
will
mind
give you
with
your
that one.
document in 5 working days. You know, we say we want to change the narrative, and that is a way to go. Because if you can give people confidence that you can have your document early, then they know they take you serious, and that's one of our game changers. That's one of the game changers to our success story as well. Yeah.
So, how much money does somebody need to put down? Like, what percentage if they want to buy with you? Because I heard you mention the payment plan options that you have.
Yes.
You're already doing the payment plans, or you're
Yeah,
exploring
currently
that?
we have payment plans. So once people get in touch with the office,
Okay.
we'll take them through the various payment plans that
Okay.
are available. We have quite a lot of payment plan available. So they should just get in touch with us. We will help them. We will speak to them. Even if you are not ready to buy, even if you don't have money, we don't discriminate. We don't care whether you have money or not. We will still want to work with you. You may not have money today, but you may have money tomorrow. So we don't discriminate. We don't care whether you have $1, 10,000. We treat everybody equal because everybody is very important to us, and we don't discriminate. And it's also important. You may not buy, but you recommend us. So it is important that we exceed your expectation.
That's true. You know, I've been learning so much from you and what you've been doing. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
To come from such humble beginnings, to be doing what you're doing now, to have been impacted as that 14-year-old in your heart to the point that you had something for the diaspora and you continue to just want to do something to support their transition coming to Ghana. I applaud you.
Thank you so much.
I applaud you. This has been a really, really engaging and informative conversation with Danny Angels, the CEO of Royal Kingdom Estates. And I want you to know that this is a trusted company that you can deal with when it comes to real estate. Coming to Ghana for land, an apartment, a home, you can build your dreams when you work with Royal Kingdom Estates. I am impressed. I support everything that he's doing, and I hope you will too. All of the information is on the screen. It will also be in the comments as well as in the description box. All the ways that you can get in touch so that you can come home to the motherland and get a piece of Africa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.